Okay, so have you ever wondered who's behind some of these videos that are constantly pushing the Alberta separation movement? It might not be who you think it is, and this report here from CBC, it lays out the raw details on who these guys are and how fast the misinformation is spreading. Now, I don't normally cover this topic on my channel because I usually focus on the boycotts and tourism. But as a Canadian content creator, I feel it's my duty I need to spread this information. Because we do know for a fact that there's outside interference coming from the US administration, which makes these petitions that I'm featuring on my channel so much more important. So in this video, I'm going to talk about this report from CBC and where these smear campaigns are actually coming from. And I'm also going to remind everybody about these two petitions on the right side of the screen and why you need to sign them if you're Canadian. If you've never signed a petition before, this is where you're going to want to start. So let's get started right away because this report from CBC is quite long.
Why don't you just join our country and become the 51st state?
People are seriously underestimating how big this is.
Watching these videos, you might think these Canadians want to join the US.
Western provinces moving towards a US-aligned path has left Canada stunned.
But what if I told you most of these people aren't even really Canadian? We follow the digital clues to expose a web of hired actors and the people behind them.
How do you get my number?
To reveal a shadowy business model. Because whoever you think is behind it, the answer is going to surprise you.
I feel so violated. I think all of it's bullshit.
Now, I'm pausing on this frame on purpose because I know a lot of my haters are going to say, hey GTL, isn't this a little ironic since you're a faceless channel? And you don't even live in Canada right now, you live in Malaysia. And to be fair, I can understand that. But what I've done is I've done my best to make sure that everybody knows that I'm actually from Canada. I'm born and raised in Vancouver, I've been to Expo 86, and I'm still waiting for a damn Stanley Cup. But despite all of that, I am Canadian no matter what anyone says. And some people even say they can spot out my lower mainland accent. I didn't even know I had one. But there are reasons this Canadian YouTuber decides to stay anonymous. Now I know my subscribers know the reason why, but for anyone that's new to my channel, it's because of the safety reasons. Like many of you watching right now from Canada, we have connections in the United States, whether it's friends or family. And I have friends and family down there as well. But if for any reason any of my family or friends have a medical emergency, I will go down to the United States. That is the only exception I'm making. And if that day ever comes and my identity is revealed, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a good time for me at the CBP desk. Because I'm pretty sure I'd get the question, hey, you run the channel Guard the Leaf, and you call my president the Tangerine Tyrant, Mango Mussolini, Orange McNugget, Diaper Don. The list goes on. So I do hope you can see why I choose to stay anonymous. And unfortunately, if that's not okay with you, then that's fine. You can click off the video. I created this channel because I love my country. And what came out of it is a massive community. But these channels that you're going to see featured in this report, they're not here because they love Alberta. They're here for the money.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know what's going on in Canada, Alberta is a province that produces most of the country's crude oil, millions of barrels a day. This means Alberta pays a lot of money into the national budget, creating tensions that have led some Albertans to want to break away.
Independence is a matter of survival for Albertans. We have to get out from underneath Ottawa if we're going to prosper and move forward as a country.
And the Trump administration likes the idea.
Alberta is a natural partner for the U.S. Rumors that they may have a referendum on whether they want to stay in Canada or not.
This Scott Percent guy, he's got a very punchable face. But what he just said is the reason why the petition that I'm going to show later is so important for all Canadians to sign. If you haven't signed it yet, I highly encourage you to do it.
So it's a real thing, and that might be why this sentiment is being exploited online. A report from the Media Ecosystem Observatory highlighted what it calls slopaganda, 20 YouTube channels that contain frequent and obvious lies and are designed to exploit political divisions.
We looked at 20 specific and authentic channels that are coordinated together, and amongst them, they got 40 million views in the past 12 months.
That's 40 million views to people who are going to get misinformation. If you've been around my channel, you know I can't stand AI channels. You know, the ones that have like generic backgrounds of like scenery and an AI voice speaking. I can't stand them because the information that's being spewed out cannot be verified. I mean, you could put out a prompt that basically says, create a script that makes the Alberta separation movement look really big and make the numbers a lot bigger as well. I don't know, just something like that. But my point is that whether the channel is AI, like 100% AI, or they have a hired voiceover, there is a lot of misinformation going on out there. And people are believing things that are not true. I'm still getting people sending me AI videos via email telling me to review this one. And the second I click on it, I see it's AI, I close it. Same thing with the Alberta separatist AI videos as well. I know it's getting tougher and tougher to determine what is real and what's not. And in my videos, I always give the sources that I use in my videos, whether it's an article or whether it's a video. But what I'm trying to say is that we need to be more careful these days on what we believe is real and what is not.
The video network itself is very deceptive. They use the same scripts, the same phrasing, the same titles.
This channel is built on freedom of expression. All content is created for informational and educational purposes.
They just plainly fabricate statistics such as polls supporting separatism, annexation, taking advantage of real grievances Albertans have to drive clicks engagement to the channel.
Now, I'm going to go into a little bit on this because I do have a bit of experience with it since I have a channel. But you're going to have a couple categories when it comes to content creators. You're going to have ones that are passionate about what they're doing, whether it's travel, whether it's finance, whether it's gaming or any other industry, even news and politics. These creators are passionate about what they build, and I consider myself one of these ones. I mean, I love what I do. I like creating videos and I like communicating with the community. But then you get guys like this, my copycat. If you've been around my channel since last year, you know about this guy. This guy literally stole my channel, the thumbnails, the videos, the scripts. And it was so similar to my channel that some of the viewers actually thought they were watching my video when they were on his channel. That's how close it was. And when I started calling him out, the guy actually emailed me saying that he used my channel as inspiration. He's also a fellow Canadian and he wants to do the same thing as well. I knew right away from his email that he was not Canadian, just by the way he was typing and speaking. And if you look here, one of his social accounts that he was using, the account was based in Pakistan. So this is my warning to everybody that any channel that you see on YouTube that claim to be from Canada or about Canada or for Canada, there's a possibility that they may not even be Canadian at all. And they're just using AI to generate their scripts. And all for the clicks, to be honest.
But we wanted to find out who's actually behind these channels.
So we go down the rabbit hole and find the truth about some of these accounts.
Our first clue was the X accounts linked to these YouTube channels. 2 of them were created while connected to the Netherlands App Store, pretty far from Alberta. We zero in on this account, the Canadian Politician.
Hello and welcome to the Canadian Politician, your trusted source for sharp analysis and updates on the latest developments in Canadian politics.
We reverse image search and find James is really Matt Berry, a Calgary-based media personality.
I was just kind of applying out for a bunch of different gigs. The idea was that was like $20 a video to start, and then he was gonna like monetize. So what happened was I sent this audition video, but we never came to any actual agreement. I never actually like signed a contract.
What are you thinking when we reveal this to you?
My heart sank. You must be talking about the wrong person. This is not stuff I believe.
He shares.
So this guy here, he applied for a job on Upwork, didn't know what it was for, and now he's the face of the Alberta separation, or at least one of the faces. What I don't get is that this guy actually literally made the video for them. He's got the script, and yet he says he doesn't believe in what they're saying. I mean, wouldn't you think to push back after you got the script and say, hey, I'm not supporting this. No, I don't want to do it. I don't know. This was just something I noticed. But this segment here really shows that whoever you're seeing on the screen right now might be a paid actor, and they may have no idea what's going on with the actual Alberta separation movement.
The Google Doc with information about the job. It's owned by someone who used an email address that includes the name Don Jurgers.
Using DarkSide, a tool for searching databases leaked online.
We connect that email to social media accounts for a Don Jurgers in the Netherlands, who works as a sports journalist. So we call him.
Don?
Yes, with who am I speaking?
Yeah, my name is Eric Cito. I'm a journalist at the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. I just want to make sure we're with the right person here. You are the same person that has been contracting people to make YouTube videos. Is it the right Don?
Yes.
Oh.
How do you get my number?
Oh, it's done online.
Okay, sorry, then that's my mistake.
Oh, it's okay. Well, listen, I want to just learn about the contracts for the YouTube channels and stuff and just kind of get an understanding how it works, if you have a second.
Yeah, let's just contact through another way, because it's kind of weird that you're calling me out of the blue.
Why is it odd?
We contact Don again and he denies any involvement, saying what he said on the phone was a misunderstanding.
So you can see here, a guy who was running an Alberta separation channel was from the Netherlands, not even from Canada or Alberta. And whoever this guy was, it wasn't a misunderstanding. He just got caught.
But that's not the only connection we make to people in the Netherlands. This is a channel called Canadian Hub, hosted by someone named Paul.
Hello there. My name is Paul, your reliable reporter for in-depth analysis and updates on the latest Canadian news.
We find his TikTok account and learn he's a voice actor.
Hey, I'm going live here in just a minute. Check it out.
Then we use the sign at the back of this video that says Rush Memorial Hospital and geolocate him to the US, in Indiana.
Can I ask you how much they would pay you for each video?
The first couple he paid me $60 for. But right now, I'm pretty much thinking I'm not going to do any more of these because I don't want to be a part of that. I'm in Indiana. I don't know anything about Canadian politics.
Was there any indication that the people you're speaking to that were contracting you, were they Dutch?
That's very possible.
Now again, same with this guy. He was paid $60 to do a voiceover for a video, with the topic being on the Alberta separation. But now he says he doesn't want to do it anymore because he doesn't want to be a part of it. But again, I don't understand how you can say that you don't want to be a part of it when you're given the script and you know exactly what the video is going to be about. So the question I have for my viewers right now, if this guy didn't get called out on it, do you think he would continue these voiceovers? My guess is yes. I want to hear what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below.
He sends us chats with someone who goes by Marijn Masseus on Discord. We match that name and a profile photo to a man in the Netherlands named Marijn Masseus. He calls himself a digital creator. We contact Marijn over email and he also denies any involvement. But there's one more person we find connected to the scheme. Not only does he admit it, he leads us into the murky world of faceless YouTube.
In this video series, I'm going to show you exactly how you can build a profitable, scalable and fully automated YouTube business in just 90 days without ever showing your face on camera.
That's Niels Vanderland. He runs the online course Faceless Education, which promises to teach people how to make thousands of dollars every month with faceless YouTube videos.
Now, for those of you who don't know the industry, there's thousands of these different courses that are offered online, claiming that you can make thousands of dollars. And when people take these courses, what they're going to do is they're going to find a niche that is hot. And right now, anything to do with Diaper Dawn, or the Alberta separation, or the current geopolitical climate is a hot topic. So what's going to come out of that? More of these AI slop channels, and channels like these ones where they hire voiceovers that are spewing out false garbage. And they do this all for the ad revenue. Now, I'm not afraid to admit it, I do make some money on this channel. It's nowhere near enough for me to quit my job, but it's nice to have a little bit of extra income. I don't need to have 1 million subscribers. I don't need to have like 1 million views per video. The GTL community is slowly growing, and I prefer to have that grow, versus the clicks, the views, and the revenue. But these faceless channels and the ones that hire voiceovers, all they care about is the views and the clicks. They don't care about the content that they're putting out. They don't care that the content that they're putting out is fake. All they want you to do is click on the video. And it's not to say that it's only these content creators that are doing it. There's plenty of them out there. All I'm saying is that I feel different about my channel. And from the hundreds of people I met, and those that I now talk to on a daily basis, I'm more excited to get caught up with these people and how their day are going versus seeing my ad revenue. So while we go through this next segment, I want you to understand and realize that a lot of these channels that we're seeing right now, they may not be from Canada, and I want you to understand what their motives are.
It's big business. There are hundreds, if not thousands of courses and guides online, all promising the same thing. Making money with videos that you don't have to appear in, using actors or AI. And we find that 2 people behind these channels took the same course, hosted by Niels. It starts with Bart Craning, another American actor, hired to be the face of a channel called David Fraser YT.
For years, Alberta was told to sit down, stay quiet, and accept the system. Suddenly, that same system is saying something very different. Now they want to talk. Now they want negotiations.
We know he's the actor behind it because he reveals it on his Snapchat.
Here you guys go. You can see what YouTube pays.
How many videos do you think you've done with them?
So they sent me 2 more for tomorrow, which would be episodes 232 and 233.
So 230 videos you've done.
We put out video after video about separation. Why are 9 out of our 10 videos on the main page about Canadian separation? That was what I brought up to them. How many channels do you guys actually run? That's when I texted you back. They said, we are not a part of misinformation campaign. At the moment, we have 12 channels running.
Yeah, not a part of misinformation campaign. That's about as believable as anything that comes out of the Diaper Don's mouth. But you can see here, this is a business for whoever these guys are. They got 12 channels, all spreading misinformation.
He shared his chats with a Discord channel called MJY Trading, who signs off as Joep Licker. We find that Joep is the CEO of MJY Trading, a Dutch company. It describes its business model as faceless YouTube videos. Interesting, but that's not all. We find this review that Joep made for Niels' Faceless Education course. He says he went from making no money to living off his YouTube income. That leads us to the Faceless Education YouTube channel. And guess who we find?
Ik ben Joep, ik ben 25 jaar oud. Het is wel echt levensveranderend geweest. Dus, want uiteindelijk heb ik daardoor ook mijn baan kunnen opzeggen bij KPMG.
When we reach out to Yoop, he tells us they are not affiliated with political movements, advocacy groups, or campaigns related to independence, and that the YouTube channels are focused on generating revenue.
See, that's all it is to them. It's all about revenue. They don't care what information they're putting out. And it frustrates me because I'm a content creator that is trying to bring Canada together. And then you have these guys from the Netherlands trying to drive a wedge through Canada just for the AdSense revenue. I really wish our Canadian government, YouTube, and even the Netherlands government would do something about this. But unfortunately for us regular folks, there's not much we can do right now. The only thing we can do is not click on their videos and sign the petition that I'm going to show at the end of the video and hope our Canadian government does something about this. But I do have a question for our viewers from the Netherlands. Do you guys have any laws in your country that have to do with like misinformation or smear campaigns? Because it would be interesting to see if we can get something started.
Now we've connected the Faceless Education course to Dutchman Joep Licker, who hired American actor Bart Kraning to be the face of a YouTube channel promoting Alberta separatism. Joep isn't the only person we find that took this course. We also find Marijn Massoes.
Ik ben Marijn, ik ben 21 jaar oud. Ik studeer nog ondernemerschap en retail management.
They're in it to make a quick buck. There's no indication that governments are interested in regulating that kind of activity at all. But big question is what happens when the proponents actually don't have any skin in the game whatsoever. A person who's sitting in the Netherlands developing these videos that are trying to promote Alberta leaving Canada has no personal stake in whether the separatists succeed or fail.
And to be honest, they have succeeded. It's to the point where the US government thinks that there is a solid movement because of all of these videos. I mean, Punchable Guy's face in the US, he believes that there's a strong movement because of all these videos. So if he thinks it, how many others in the United States are thinking this as well? But not only in the US, but our country as well.
And that can make them really dangerous actors.
People are seeing these videos and view that as real news from real people. It's shocking, but it's not surprising. I think that's like sort of a world we're living in right now.
So for now at least, it looks like that's the answer. Not Russia, not China or the US, but YouTubers trying to make money. If there's anything you want us to investigate, email us at vi@cbc.ca.
Now, for those who are visually impaired or just listening, I'm going to read out the captions for you. Faceless Education told CBC, there's no political component to what we teach, and the model has nothing to do with influencing political opinions or divisions. The next caption, YouTube says it doesn't allow spam or deceptive practices that take advantage of YouTube community. Several of the accounts investigated by CBC are no longer available on YouTube. Now, this report from CBC kind of hits close to home for me, because I've been dealing with copycats and people trying to take my content. And whether it's about the Alberta separation or people stealing my content, it's all about the same thing. It's all about the money. Bottom line is they just want you to click on their video. Because every time you click on their video, they're going to get money. So what can we do about this? Well, the only thing I can say is, any video that looks like it's going to be AI, or anything that has to do with Alberta separation, don't click on their video. And you can even report their video saying that it's misinformation. The more people that do that, hopefully YouTube will see it. But in reality, there's not a lot that we can do as citizens. But what we can do is bring it to the attention to our government. And these two petitions that I've been featuring on my channel, the one on the left, the TLDR for it is basically to have ICE and Homeland Security off of our soil. Because we can't trust them these days. I mean, bottom line. I believe when I started featuring this petition, it was about 1,400 or maybe 1,300 signatures. It's now at 2,819. But the petition on the right side is the one I want to talk about, and it's numbered E-7340. Because it relates exactly to what CBC reported, outside interference. Because whether it's the United States government, or these dipshit YouTubers from the Netherlands, who are basically claiming it has nothing to do with influencing political opinions or divisions, whether they like it or not, it's happening. And it is causing real damage. So if you are Canadian, and you can't stand what I just showed you in this entire video, I highly encourage you to sign petition 7340. I have reached out to both Elizabeth May and Don Davies to see if they would like to discuss their petition on my channel, but I haven't heard back from either one of them yet. And the autoresponder that was sent back says that they prioritize people that are in their riding. So if any of our viewers are in the Sandwich Gulf Islands or Vancouver Kingsway, and Elizabeth May or Don Davies is your MLA, tell them I'm looking for them. Now, if you're still here, I know this has been a bit of a longer video, but it's something that really kind of hits home for me, I guess. Being a creator for like a year, which is not that long, I can understand the tactics that these guys are using. And it's all for the views. I know I can get a lot more views. I can go the clickbait route, with the titles and the descriptions, having those reaction faces and claims that are not true, like Canada has done a deal when they have not. I don't mind sharing this. That would probably increase my views by about 25%. But I'm not going to do that, because it's not the truth. And it's not in my values to deceive you guys. I can't speak for other creators. I mean, what they do with their channel is their responsibility. But when I say the GTL community means more to me than the revenue, I really do mean it. I would not be doing live streams or interviews or trying to get MLAs on my channel if it were for the money. The easier way is just to do a clickbait video. So my message to everybody is just to be careful what you're watching. And if it's clear that it's a video that is misinformation or AI that is spewing out fake information, hit that misinformation button. Report them. And last but not least, sign the petition E7340 to get the attention of our Canadian government to see if we can get something done about this. To close off this video, I would like to thank Brianna from our Discord server, who posted this photo of the Strathcona Park in Ottawa. The other great thing about this channel that I really enjoy is seeing all the different areas that everybody is from. I've discovered so many new cities, parks, and regions in Canada that I didn't even know about. And I butchered so many names that I can't even keep track of them anymore. So I encourage all Canadians to continue sending me photos, post it on the Hey Cafe website, Discord, or send it to me via email. Because what you're actually doing as well is you're showing the international community how beautiful Canada is. So thank you, Brianna, for posting this in the Discord server. Alright, that's all I got for this video. I don't think I've ever done a video over 21 minutes before with just me talking and not being like an interview. It was a longer one, and if you're still here, I really appreciate your support. Because watching to the end really does help the algorithm. If you found any value in anything I said today, or you want to hear more from a Canadian and international perspective without the US media bias, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below. That way you'll be notified of my future videos. And if you want to see more of my videos, check out the ones that are going to show up on your screen shortly. Thanks everyone. I'll catch you in the next one.